It was a record-setting weekend for air travel as nearly 2 million passengers boarded flights yesterday. That's the most since March 7th of last year, before the lockdown. So here to answer your questions is Dr. Robert Duncan, an infectious disease specialist at Lahey Hospital and Medical Center. Dr. Duncan, thanks for your time.
Thanks for inviting me.
So it's obvious that a lot more people are traveling a lot more places. So how do vaccination rates in other parts of the country compare to ours? And is that a factor that you might consider before you would plan a trip?
I certainly would. I think Massachusetts is generally competing for the top 2 or 3 slots in the country. We vaccinate more effectively than many of the other states. I think if I were traveling by airplane or train, particularly bus, I would be very interested. I'd certainly want to be vaccinated before I travel, and I'd want to be knowing, I'd want to be taking precautions with a mask and keeping my hands clean and keeping a bit of distance on the travel. But I'd also like to know who I'm going to be meeting with and staying with and coming in contact with in the distance. So it makes a difference what the vaccination rates are where you're going.
So with COVID numbers nationally dropping so dramatically, I think today we're down to about 4,000 active cases here in Massachusetts. What's your advice for families? Should parents be less anxious about traveling, maybe getting on an airplane with younger children who, of course, cannot get vaccinated yet?
Yeah, well, I think the hazard has decreased. It's not zero yet. I would be more comfortable. I certainly would be most comfortable if they can get vaccinated, and I think there's promise about that for the youngest kids coming up, but it may not be until the end of the year. But I think the kids older than 12 can get vaccinated now, and that's certainly a benefit. The other kids, I'd probably put masks on them during a flight, and I think I'd keep taking precautions.
So we know that other viruses, such as the flu, are seasonal. And we saw obviously a huge spike in COVID cases over the winter. So do you think that that might be true for COVID? Is that another reason why case numbers are declining because of the warmer weather?
I think that's controversial. There's a debate about that. I think it may well be playing a role, but I think it also plays a role that we're spending a lot more time outdoors, and you're 20-fold less likely to get infected outdoors than indoors. So when you're not in such a crowded space with other people, you're less likely to get infected. I think there may be a seasonal component to the infection rates, but so far that doesn't seem to be panning out to be a big role, but that's still being researched.
All right, I want to ask you about some new research, and this was just released today. It came out in JAMA Open Network, and it suggests that kids with underlying health conditions have a much higher risk for severe symptoms and hospitalization. So what can you tell us about those health conditions? Are they the same comorbidities that adults would face, maybe obesity and asthma?
Well, they're certainly similar, and I think they're confirming that children have many of the same risks that adults have. I think they are at lower risk than most adults, but when they go into the hospital, they can get quite sick. So I'm a third generation vaccine advocate. I think that it's a huge defense, but the sad thing is that the people who are the sickest, who have underlying medical problems like asthma, obesity, diabetes, birth problems with their heart or lungs and so on, those people get sick more easily, they have less reserve, and they're more likely to get into deeper trouble if they get COVID. So you need to take the standard kinds of precautions with masks and distance and hand hygiene. But if you can get them vaccinated, that's certainly a huge advantage.
All right, Dr. Robert Duncan, an infectious disease specialist at Lahey Hospital and Medical Center. Dr. Duncan, good to see you. Thanks for the time.
Thanks. Have a good evening.